Okay, exactly. Okay, 3, 2, 1.
Adding some excitement to the big game, what you need to know ahead of putting in those Super Bowl 58 prop bets.
Right here in our very own backyard, the Stiefel Palisades Tahoe Cup kicks off tonight. The giant slalom and slalom events are running until the 25th, and we caught up with athletes that crave going down sides of mountains like these at up to 80 miles an hour. Three-point shooters like yourself come out here, and it's such a different game. What is it like, that comparison between basketball and golf? What better way to get into all the March Madness than to be live here at the Lawler Event Center? The game will be right here on these huge screens, so definitely going to be a fan fest you don't want to miss. Again, doors open at 5, but to have a little fun this morning, from Tokyo to Niagara Falls and even Missouri, you can experience the holiday magic right here at the El Dorado showroom from Tuesday until Sunday. Katie, Katie, you said Karlie ate? Well, it makes sense. I look pretty tasty right now. I'm Dewey. This is Louie, okay? Louie, we're scrumptious over here. Colo 8 teams up with the Salvation Army, how you can help us in a friendly competition and do the most good. Here with Christian Weber and Colin Bernard, founders of the Nevada native company Karlie Wolf. I've seen your guys' brand on the streets of Reno before, and I've been like, what is that? Such a cool concept. But you guys, tomorrow, they are presenting a pretty cool event called Harvest Moon in downtown Reno. It was an NFC championship rematch for the San Francisco 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. A highlight from last night's game, McQueen High's Brandon Ayuk answered to the Eagles' first touchdown. Brock Purdy fires to a diving Brandon Ayuk, making for a 2-yard TD. Niners would control the trenches on both sides of the ball, ultimately securing the dub with a score of 42-19. Also making Nevada proud, Romeo Doubs with an incredible grab in a game versus the Kansas City Chiefs. Love drops back and heaves one downfield with pressure in his face. Somehow, Romeo Doubs is able to come down with it. The ball falls into Doubs' hands in between 3 Chiefs defenders, and it's passes like this from Jordan Love that would secure the 3rd straight win for Green Bay, coming out on top 27-19 over the Chiefs. Time now for your Good Morning Reno Sports Desk. Carly Drew here providing you the latest. Transforming their very few losses into lessons, Wolfpack men's basketball consistency this season is supported by each and every player. But I sat down with Jared Lucas to uncover this team's commitment to success. Nevada men's basketball, the veterans, the guys stepping up, the legacy of Coach Steve Alford, the team that has the most road wins and has taken names in Quad 1 games. What we can say now is that this year's team is different, and there's no better combination for our Nevada Wolfpack men's basketball team. Star guard Jared Lucas shares their secret.
We felt the pressure last year, and we didn't win any of those games. We finished the season on a 4-game losing streak. This year, early in the year, we lost 3 games in a row at one point. A lot of teams could put their heads down. We didn't. We found a way to bounce back and continue to find ways to win. And here we are, same situation as last year, with a very similar team as last year. Still in the Mountain West title race. Now we got to close things out.
Lucas has come a long way in his basketball career, still a top free throw shooter, shooting at 90%. His work ethic is ingrained in the pack mentality and the foundation of the men's basketball program.
I think you've got to go to the top. Coach Alford, he did a good job finding the right pieces and guys that really do a good job of helping each other mesh together as a team and as players. And I think that me as a veteran, I've been fortunate enough to be around other guys that are committed to win. A lot of times you could have some young guys on the roster who aren't as committed to winning sometimes, and I've been in a different program where, you know, sometimes situations can be like that. But here, everybody's committed to winning.
This season, Nevada is taking the opposite approach to their previous one, where they lost the last 4 regular season games. Ever since the Pack had that huge loss to New Mexico in the pit, to a few weeks later, beating the Aggies and taking down SDSU at home, the night and day difference is credited to connection.
It was a wake-up call for us, and I feel like ever since then, we flipped the switch, and us as a team, us as players, have done a really good job of maintaining one word that is going to help us finish the season, and that's being connected. Every time we break the huddle, we always break with being connected. And I think that is what our team is right now. Everybody's connected. Everybody understands their role. and that's extremely rare in college basketball for everybody to buy into the same position and role to help the team win.
He shares the energy going into their final regular season game and what he's reminding the players he's worked so hard with.
You know, I've been fortunate enough to be in this situation, being my 5th year of college. At Oregon State, I went to an Elite Eight, made a deep run in the NCAA tournament. I've won a Pac-12 tournament, but I've also been on the other side of things where I've won 3 games in the season. So I've received all the praise you can receive as a player, and then I've also received a lot of hate that you can receive too. So I know what it's like, but I also understand how to tell my guys when it gets down to certain situations. Man, you just got to stay level-headed. At the end of the day, all that really matters is the group that's on the court together, and the guys that are on the bench, our coaching staff. So once again, it's just the guys that are all on the same page. And, you know, me as a leader, I got to make sure everybody understands. Can't get too high, can't get too low.
And it's a short memory Lucas keeps in mind when he's on the court and the confidence to stay in the moment. There's those free throws that were missed to a half-court buzzer beater that prove it.
Especially as a shooter, scorer that I am, you have to maintain a short memory. And for me, I knew that I missed 2 free throws, and it's kind of what I'm known for. I think going into the game, I was the top 10 free throw shooter in the country. So I knew that wasn't me. And once again, I think that God must have known something that I didn't. We have a good team. Obviously, we can win games, but we got good guys on the court too. We really care about, you know, the name on the front of our jersey, Nevada. We care about the Reno community and how much love they've shown us. We've been fortunate enough to get Lawler, Rock, and as we get to UNLV, I'm sure the tickets will be sold out any day now. So looking forward to seeing everybody there, and I know that you know, we've done a great job representing this community, and hopefully we can keep it going into March.
Yeah, and their final game of the season is officially sold out. That 7:30 game against UNLV can be aired on CBS Sports HQ, with the Mountain West Championships beginning next Wednesday, and then Selection Sunday is March 17th. Becca and Dave, this team has 8 road wins, 6 quad 1 games. What can't they do? Really showing up, proving to be in a league of their own this season. Can't wait to see how they wrap it up. Morning, we're sharing a very special story, sharing the journey that can truly be described as one that was on thin ice. Former NHL player Clint Malarchuk now sharing his story with us in his effort to put mental health first for every athlete, every sport, and everyone.
As most boys from Canada and Minnesota do, Clint Malarchuk had a dream to play in the National Hockey League. Apart from the long winters in northern Canada, for Malarchuk, the sport truly was a family affair.
My dad was a goalie, and I was a goalie. My big brother was a goalie, so it was in the family, you know. And again, that's just what you do up there.
Clint made it onto the professional leagues as a goaltender. He spent his years with the Quebec Nordics, Washington Capitals, and then the Buffalo Sabres. He would then go on to play for the San Diego Gulls and Las Vegas Thunder. Back in March of 1989, Clint was traded for the Sabres. 2 weeks into the season, in a match against St. Louis, Malarchuk faced death and was the first to ever have his neck cut by a skate blade.
It was a play you see 1,000 times. Puck comes across the top of the goal, and as a goalie, you go down on your knees, slide across, and the skate just came up. I prepared for death. I mean, the blood squirted 6 feet. I'm just like, I'm dying. I am dying. So what do? I know my mom's watching the game on TV, so up in Canada, so I wanted to get off the ice so she didn't see that. I asked one of the trainers, call my mom, tell her I love her. You know, you know, the things that go through your mind when you think you're going to pass out and never wake up again.
Over the years, we've seen 3 hockey players in the NHL experience the same situation. Most recently, former NHL player Adam Johnson fatally passed after his neck was cut by a skate blade during a game in England this year. The International Ice Hockey Federation is now mandating neck guards, the critical protection that played a part in saving Clint's life.
You know, you relive it, right? You can't help it. And I just feel so bad for his family. I survived, but my mom was watching the game on TV. Like her parents were watching, or his parents were watching on a live stream. And, you know, I know the guy that cut me accidentally. He struggled. My teammates struggled. Everybody that saw that struggle. So there's going to be a lot. Those 8,000 fans that were at that rink are going to have to process some stuff, I think.
Clint went into surgery and was left with stitches across his neck. The blade hit Malarchuk's jugular and nearly missed his carotid artery. 10 days later, and once the stitches were out, Clint was back on the ice.
No counseling was offered. I didn't think of it either. You know, it was 1989, and athletes, we don't get counseling. So, yeah, it was a journey of undiagnosed PTSD, which eventually, 20 years later, led to a suicide attempt.
Clint shares he's faced mental health challenges since he was a kid. He credits getting back on the ice so quickly from all the adrenaline and support he received. It made him feel like a hero. It also distracted him from being able to process how he felt, a reality that would come 19 years later.
I was the first, and another player gets his jugular vein cut in 2008. And I was very media accessible, and again, I'm reliving and reliving. And I had been on some medication for my OCD and anxiety and depression, and I was on it for about 15 years, and it saved my life. But over time, the meds weren't working anymore, and I wasn't checking in with my psychiatrist because I'm moving around coaching. And it was just like you know, everything was coming together for the perfect storm, as they say. And that's what led up to going behind the barn and pulling the trigger.
After miraculously surviving his suicide attempt, Clint was put into a coma for a few weeks at a hospital in Reno. Now he faced a new fear and went into a treatment center in San Diego. There, he was diagnosed with PTSD. He denied his diagnosis for 2 straight months. After 6 months, he got back to his life in Gardnerville, handling his small farm and coaching. Clint wrote a book telling his story. He now public speaks and is a mental health advocate, speaking to first responders, corporations, veterans, and students at universities.
I know my book, it was the best thing I ever did, hardest thing I ever did, but I didn't realize how many Clint Malarchuks were out there. I would have emails after emails. I still get them. My book's been out, I don't know, 8 or 10 years. It's important that people know that they're not alone. You know, that we think we're the only ones, or we're the sickest ones, and there's a lot of fear surrounding that, you know, because we don't talk about it, and the stigma involved. I say you're not alone. Get help.
Yeah, and Clint has a veteran support group out in Gardnerville. He's dedicated to helping those who are struggling with PTSD and anxiety. Oh my goodness, Becca, such an amazing story, so inspirational. Story of a man who dodged death twice.
Yeah, he's certainly meant to be alive, and it's just, you know, remarkable that 10 days after his surgery, he's back out there doing what he loved to do. All right, thanks, Karlie.
Celebrating the younger guys on the field, our Reno Sparks Pop Warner athletes. Hard work proving to be paying off. Here's how the city of Sparks highlighted last season's amazing efforts.
In a heartwarming celebration of youthful prowess, the Reno Sparks Pop Warner 10U Miners received special recognition from the Sparks City Council for their outstanding performance at the Pop Warner Super Bowl in Orlando, taking 5th place in the nation. Despite their age, there's no doubt these young athletes have captivated their community with exceptional talent and unwavering determination.
Really cool.
It was pretty cool, yeah.
It was a great experience.
I mean, not everybody gets to get honored by a town.
And it was just really cool, just seeing everyone and
getting the team back together.
The Miners credit staying humble and hard-working to come as far as they have.
Yeah,
just keep going.
You just gotta work hard, have a good mindset, and just
Don't give up.
Yeah, don't give up and have a good.
Just play your
work
hardest, no matter what, no matter how tired you are. Just keep going.
During the council meeting, these champions were celebrated for their remarkable achievement. With beaming smiles, they proudly accepted a certificate of recognition, cheered on by council members and attendees.
I hope that we all can stay together and do good next year. I can hope we can run it back, go back to Florida, and then just keep that streak going. You got to work as a team. Like, that's pretty much the entire football game is you got to love each other and treat each other with respect.
A statement their parents can truly be proud of. Despite their youth, these budding stars displayed maturity beyond their years, of course within reason. The 10U Miners are proving to be role models in our community.
I was so nervous. I was just like really happy and really excited that it happened. That we were really good. It's really special. People in Reno don't get to do this.
What's the game plan for next season? How are you guys attacking next season?
Oh, we're gonna play it hard again. We're gonna try to get our spot back in Florida. We gotta get #1 in the United States.
Yeah, we just don't think about it. We just
play.
See what we have to do and we do it.
Oh, Becca and Dave, the confidence, the passion amongst this young group of kids. You know, they're in 3rd and 4th grade. Oh. I have to say, I have never been bombarded by so many people that actually want to be interviewed. And all of them, the whole team truly did. Congratulations to them, you know, on this season. I can't wait to see what they pull off next season.